Before we get into making lemon Italian ice in a paper cup that will transport any Italian back to childhood, believe it or not, we must first make lemonade. It's a 2-for-1 today, so let's just jump right into it. So to make a basic lemonade, which will blow any concentrate or powdered mix out of the water, we're gonna start with a good purified water. Water is a main ingredient in Italian ice and lemonade, so we're gonna use the best that we can. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar, and I'm gonna take some washed lemons and I'm gonna zest a bunch of them. We're gonna juice them later, but all I need is zest for now. We're making a basic simple syrup that's infused with lemon flavor, so we only need the zest. Once you got the sugar, the water, and the lemon zest in a microwave safe bowl, we want to stir it up, and then we want to just get it into the microwave for about 3 to 5 minutes. I started off at 3 minutes. I checked it at 1.5 minutes. Still a little bit sugar left, so I just give it another 30 seconds to a minute in intervals until the sugar is completely dissolved. Once it's completely dissolved, we're gonna get it out of the microwave, give it a nice stir, and allow it to cool while we juice the lemon. You just wanna juice them through some mesh strainers just to filter out any of the pulp. And I'm using this unmarked Pyrex. The Pyrexes I have problems with. Those markings should never disappear, but anyway, we're gonna just juice a bunch, and I'll measure out 1 cup in a smaller measuring cup. So now we got our 1 cup of lemon juice. I'll save that extra lemon juice for something else. Then I'm going to strain out the simple syrup into a large container. And then I'm going to pour that lemon juice mixture directly into it, and there we have our lemonade base. You can push out that zest to wring out any excess lemon flavor. Now we need this to chill before we can make Italian ice. One way to do it is to fill a bowl with ice and stir, but to me that takes too long. It's too much active work, so we're going to put it into a container and put it in the refrigerator. Of course, the Pyrex doesn't work in any way, shape, or form. It's embarrassing. For God's sake. Why even make them if they do that? So then now all we have to do, we can just pop this in the refrigerator. We're gonna let this cool for a minimum of like 3 hours until it's completely chilled. Or we can go up to overnight, which is what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna come back tomorrow morning. This is lemonade. This is the good stuff. No concentrate, no nothing. It's not too sweet, it's not too tart. It's smooth, it's refreshing. It's gonna make the perfect base for an Italian ice. So I'm gonna pop the base in the refrigerator, let it completely chill, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow morning, pop it in the ice cream machine, and turn it into Italian ice. So here we are the next day, and our base is chilled, so we're just gonna set up our ice cream machine and we're going to pour it in. Now there is also a way to make this without an ice cream machine. However, you're gonna get a much coarser, icy texture. I wanna make it in an ice cream machine. I'm not gonna get the same texture that I used to get when I would order it at my favorite Italian spot if we don't use an ice cream machine. Some of the best granitas in Italy use an ice cream machine. It is just how to get that perfect, really fine, icy texture that is almost like a shaved ice meets an ice cream. And the ice cream machine will get us there. Now this is a compression ice cream machine. What that means is that instead of having to take the base and freeze it, this whole machine will freeze this instantly. So all we have to do is have a clean base, insert it in with our little paddle, plug it in, set the timer for 30 minutes, and then pour in the lemonade. And we're just gonna let this go. And over the course of the 30 minutes, that lemonade will transform into an icy slush akin to snow when it's melting. Now if you grew up in the Northeast, you'll identify this as Italian ice, which is surely the result of Sicilian immigrants coming to America and replicating their beloved granita. If you're in Philly and I believe the Midwest, you would refer to this as water ice. Water, which is my favorite regional pronunciation of any word ever. I had trouble pronouncing things as a kid and I used to say water, so I guess I can relate. After 30 minutes, the machine will shut off and it should be an icy slush. Remove it from the machine, get it into a container, and throw it into a freezer to firm up for at least 3 hours. 3 hours later, it should be nice and firmed up. Should still be firm, but still soft. And to really drive home that childhood nostalgia, just like in the summer once temps swelled and every pizzeria busted out the Italian ice signs, you scoop that bad boy up and toss it in a paper cup. It has to be a paper cup, because as it melts, the cup will catch it and you're left with that lemonade. Once again, it's the circle of life. In the summer, there's truly nothing better. Italian ice can be made at home, and when you throw it in a paper cup, it will transport you instantly back to your childhood. For this recipe, link's gonna be down in the description. That's all that I have today. I'll see you next time. Stay cool and go feed yourself. If you want another summer classic, you've really got to try this lobster risotto with homemade lobster stock. That's gonna blow your hair back. I just posted it, and there's gonna be a link on the screen along with a few others if you're interested. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching.